thought-provoking ignorance, the best blend of hip-hop and R&B with special guests and Cave Crush interviews. Inside the Cave is now on Indie Central Radio. Inside the Cave.
Inside the Cave podcast. Outside Johnny, word up, B.
Hey, Charlamagne the God here, and I'm going inside the cave, right? Right.
Yo, this is Deion Cole, and I'm going inside the cave. Peace.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your favorite Twin Cousin Junior, man, and I'm going inside the cave. I'm going to be in there. Just tune in. I'm in here.
Man, it's just me. I'm going inside the cave. Where the fuck is the cave? But we in that bitch all day, every day. Check out the podcast. They doing big things. We out.
Hey, this is War Riding Period. I'm going inside the cave. And I hope I come out.
Thought-provoking ignorance since 2015.
You did say you wanted to be in, right?
All right, now record. Let's do this again. Here we go. Inside the Cave podcast, take 2. Here we go. Welcome back Inside the Cave, InsideTheCavePodcast.com, CaveFreshShop.com, live every single week on Indie Central Radio, the Indie Central Radio app. 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. is the live show with the replay right after the Gossip and Heifers. Shout out to Mike Jones. And the replay again on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. I am CB at Of The Real CB. Take 2, Sly in the building.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? Sly Tell the Truth in the building today.
That's right. This is Take 2. International D.
What's going on, people? I'm back up in here.
Take 2. Take 2. The lovely, the beautiful, and the talented Cat. Cat loves that doing the Take 2. I get to compliment her twice.
I can live. It's all right. You don't have to. But hello, everybody.
Hey, Cat.
Now, what were you saying, Sly, before we were rudely interrupted? You were asking Cat how was she doing, and you were telling her what you got yourself in. Oh, hold on. And Big Dog.
What's up with it, man?
This is Take 2, Big Dog. I started the show and wasn't recording, so I got to start over. So you right on time.
I should have known.
What up, dog?
What's up, man?
I was asking Kat how she was, you know, like,
and I was asking
like what's
you
going on
an airplane.
Yeah, I was jumping out of airplanes, Kat. I was jumping out of airplanes.
All right, everybody listen on Indie Central Radio. We have a good show today. Sly has sent me music. He's the only person that actually sent me music. We got some good music coming up in the second hour on Indie Central Radio. So stay tuned for that. Everybody listen on Indie Central. It's a great show. Good music. We throw it back.
What happened to you giving us like themes? You used to send us emails before, like on Monday, telling us what the theme for the week was so we could send you music.
Yeah, okay, well, do that next week. Y'all do that next week. Y'all come up with a theme and whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I can't do I be forgetting, Cat. I be forgetting. Yeah, my kids are driving me crazy, Cat. Seriously, fixing toilets and shit. I mean, but anyway, yeah, it's a great show this week on Indie Central Radio. Throwing it back a little bit. With Sly got some good music. And live, I think we're doing 4 Cats Corners tonight or today on Inside the Cave. A lot of good stuff. So if you got stuff you want to send in to Cat, send it in Inside the Cave Podcast at gmail.com. Hey, Sly, did you get a response to the question from last week? For Tell the Truth, any response? I didn't get any.
The one about sleeping together?
Yeah.
No. About couples sleeping together, do they go to bed together? If they're not having sex with each other, if they're not having sex?
Maybe that was too deep. Maybe that was too much in people's business.
You know what? Probably right. They don't want to be. Yeah.
All right. Everybody listening on Indie Central, we'll be right back with True, False, or Aint. All right.
Your favorite podcast is now syndicated on Indie Central Radio. Listen to Inside the Cave weekly on Indie Central Radio. Download the Indie Central Radio app now.
It's like candy.
go. Welcome back Inside the Cave. This is Inside the Cave podcast, and here it is, true, false, for N. All right, this is my last one. Next week is all on Sly. All right. Here we go. True, false, or N. A great man once said, "You should only cheat with someone that has just as much to lose as you." Great man once said this. You should only cheat with someone that has just as much to lose as you. True, false, or N? Great man said it.
And you said you should only?
You should only cheat with someone that has just as much to lose as you. A great man said. I mean, I'm talking about a really great guy said to me. Not that I was interested, but he just happened to just, I don't know, he just shooting the shit and just happened to say it, and I just remembered it. Great man said it. What do you guys think?
Sounds like a great guy.
Sounds like a great guy. True,
hey,
false,
CP, I kick it off with you. I go with 100% true.
There you go. Attaboy, Z. Sly?
Because...
Go ahead, D.
Because of the simple fact that, yes, you should cheat with somebody. If you are going to cheat, do it with somebody that's going to have just as much to lose as you, because basically the truth going to come out sooner or later. When it comes out, if it does come out, that person needs to be able to lose just as much as you, because you don't want everything coming out.
All right.
When it come out, it's going to come, and it's going to be a mess. But if that person got just as much to lose as you, you stand a better chance than it not coming out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what that great man told me, too. Big Dog, what do you think about that?
Hey, man, I think it's true.
I think it's true.
I mean, if that's what you into, you know what I'm saying? Why step out there and take a risk with somebody that ain't got shit to lose? You don't want somebody putting your shit on the line.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Sly?
Absolutely. Like, she would definitely have to have as much as me to lose, or more.
Yeah, right. More, yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna add this to that, CP.
Okay. Right? Surprising.
Let's say if you dealing with a female, she's single, right?
Yeah.
Now she gonna be looking for something totally different than what you looking for.
Yeah, that's right.
So 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna work out in your favor.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, that great guy told me the same thing. It's funny you say that. All right, what do you think, Kat?
I don't know. I think that sounds silly. Like, logically, it sounds like only rob people who only got renter's insurance. Like, it just sounds like a cheater's code.
Have you cheated before, Kat? You wouldn't understand unless you cheated. Not that I understand. I'm just telling you.
I really can't really understand cheating. That's so foolish for somebody to have a desire for someone else but can't tell the person you're with. Like, then you're lying to yourself.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we are saying that he's a cheater, you know, so you already know he's full of shit.
But that might be his understanding with his old lady.
Nah, he wouldn't be a cheater then, he'd be a player.
That's
a whole nother title. If you're doing something your spouse don't know what you're doing, then you know what I'm saying, that's a cheater. But if you already put it out there that, hey, you my main lady, but I got some other females on the side, you know, then that's not cheap.
Hey, dog, both of y'all, man, all y'all coming at this like this. Y'all keep saying he, man. Black men don't cheat, man.
We don't cheat.
See, we didn't say black men. We just said in general. It could be a female.
No, you said he. You ain't say general. You keep saying he, nigga. Like,
well, I didn't say a black man.
Yeah.
Okay, well. Okay, all right. I'm gonna remember that the rest of the damn show when y'all make everything else black on this show.
Hey, we're not talking about black men right now, because we know we don't cheat
at all. I haven't met one yet. All right. All right, here we go. True, false, or N? Trump supporters can't celebrate Taco Tuesdays. True, false, or N? Send in to me.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True that.
Kat?
Oh, I'm sorry.
They celebrating it on the low, right? Like, they door dashing them tacos to the crib. That's what they do.
But the whole thing about racism is I don't like you. It's not I don't like your culture. I don't like your clothes or your style. It's just I don't like you.
That is a great point. That's a great point. Here we go. True, false, or in? The best drug to have sex on is birth control.
True.
True, and true again.
Unanimous. All right, here we go. True, false, or in? Getting pregnant by your baby daddy after telling the world he ain't shit should lower your credit score. True, false, or in?
True.
Absolutely, you should give some of that subsidized housing back.
Yeah. Now, here we go. Here's another one. Think about this. True, false, or in? Women who keep junky cars and junky houses usually let you hit on the first date. True, false, or in?
True.
Are you speaking from experience?
I've been told.
Define date in this situation.
They said usually let you hit on the first night.
On the first night, not the first date.
Oh, okay.
Are you saying junkie or are you saying nasty? It's different.
Let's see. It says junkie. In my notes here, it says junkie.
So it's not.
Actually speaking, I would say true.
So it's not cleaned up. It's just not house not cleaned up, crib not cleaned up.
All right, here we go.
True, but I'm gonna say and too. I'm gonna say true in the sense of you live outside how you live inside. Meaning, if your exterior is messy, that means your spirit messy. And messy bitches tend to not care for themselves. They tend to put other people's drama in front of themselves. So, as a young woman, as a 20-something, I had a dirty house, and I didn't want for people to believe that I was a dirty person. So I made a conscious effort to make sure my house was clean because I needed for them to respect me like a clean lady. You know what I mean? So I kind of say true, because if you don't care about your car, your body, you know, it's like it's kind of synonymous with I don't care about anything.
Now here we go. Men that wear a Bluetooth in their ear casually usually pay for pussy. True, false, or in?
True.
Cat, you gotta answer this. This true.
Sound like crickets for real, don't it?
It really did.
Cat, answer the question. And they damn sure over 47 if they still got a Bluetooth in their ear.
Oh man, I just seen 3 of them this weekend. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all this story later on. Hey, all right, well, Cat, I don't know where Cat is. This is the last one. Where is it? Ladies, true, false, or in? Ladies, if you go through the phone of the man you're sleeping with unprotected, you really don't trust him. True, false, or in?
Where are these bitches who going through phones? I need to meet these bitches. I have so much on my calendar. I don't have time to care about what the fuck you're doing.
So that true, false, or in?
Oh, well, no. For some females, and.
Okay. All right. Here we go. This is our listeners' feedback.
Emails and complaints with Cousin Lamar on Inside the Cave.
We got a lot of listeners' feedback this week. That's why we need Lamar. All right, this is from a new listener, Alina or Alana or something like that. I love your Wait. Yeah, this is, well, I'll tell y'all what she is. I love your Wait What shirt so much. I had to subscribe to this crazy podcast. I'm very entertained. Is the radio show clean enough to play during my training sessions or yoga classes on Fridays? I would say no. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah. I would say yeah if everybody in the yoga class got their own earplugs in.
Yeah. Don't turn us up.
Depends on the age group. If she want to keep her YMCA membership, no.
Yeah. And it's not the music you got to worry about. It's Probably the commentary. I guess it depends if Roland's on or not. But this week's show, maybe, but I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah.
What Roland that anyway? He ain't fucking with y'all no more?
Oh, you scared him off, man. You and D, y'all scared him off. Soon D started showing up regularly. Roland ran off. You know him and D got beef.
No, man, it's just that y'all like controversy. Y'all got one person one way, and everybody usually agree.
No,
I come on here. I ain't agreeing with none of that racist ass bullshit.
I mean, membership under review anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
All right. This is from Tim. All right, this is from Tim. Y'all could have played all type of songs after that letter. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. I wish my bitch would. I like said, that's not how you spell said. I like said advice, go fuck both of them hoes, and then say fuck both of them hoes. All right. Anybody? Yeah, you guys remember what that was about, right? Man. All right. No. This is from Nina. Did you just use a Lion King reference to describe what's happening to Leela Rashawn? That is not the circle of life. You so stupid. That is definitely a wait what. Who does that? I really don't remember that one, but all right.
I remember you making the comment, but I can't remember the exact story.
Yeah, you better than me. I don't remember it at all. And I listened to the show.
I remember the comment too. It was stupid then. But for entertainment purposes, you just gotta let it ride.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I don't know, but who? Oh, that wasn't the Hurricane Katrina comment? Oh, no, I guess not.
No, that was it. All right. This is from Gerald. Man, I'm down. I had to listen twice to this one. All of a sudden, he can walk. His excuse should have been he drank some Miracle Spring water. All right. You guys know what Miracle Spring water is?
Oh, no, you know Gerald the Reverend, so all the water he drinks is a miracle.
You're right.
Holy, it's holy.
Deacon Minister Gerald. All right, here we go. This is Tay. Kat and the rest of the guys need to think outside the box. She wasn't trying to see if her man would cheat. She was trying to see if he was gay. Women already know, given the right woman, any man would cheat. So she picked a woman that he can't refuse to see what her man would do. She probably wanted him to cheat to prove he isn't gay, but since he didn't, means he's absolutely is gay, and it confirms what she already thought. You sound as crazy as them two women.
She do, because she contradicted herself. She already. I mean, if you paying attention, you should know that he gay already. Shit.
You sound crazy.
Man,
Thanks for listening.
You worry about your husband being gay. You got bigger problems than fucking worrying about him trying to fuck another bitch.
Wow.
I tell you what, if you had to fuck the friend, she's gonna leave the house.
Yeah, right. So come on, who says that? I wanted him to fuck somebody else to prove his love to me. All right. Hey, this is from Denise.
Yeah, but then she would have been salty if he would have.
Hey, she gonna be.
You don't know that said. You don't know that said. You don't know she would have been salty.
All right.
Allegedly.
All right, here we go. Here's another one. How do you all find it funny that he cheated on his wife just because she is overweight? So when you lose your job, is it okay for your wife to leave you because you're broke?
He didn't leave his wife.
Which Cat's Corner is this?
You talking about I think he talking about this.
We talked about
this is feedback. This Layla Rashawn. This not Cat's Corner.
She said, "How do you all find it funny he cheated on his wife because she was overweight?"
We talking about Antoine Antoine Fuqua.
Yeah, we just said Nicole Murphy, motherfucker, and the dude.
Yeah.
Well, I can't hear you, motherfucker. So fix your antenna, nigga. I couldn't hear you.
He didn't leave his wife. He didn't leave his wife. He just was working a part-time job. Shit.
Do you find it funny that he cheated? Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Nina, why are you guys doubting the woman and calling her ungrateful, but then will say only thing better than pussy is new pussy? The woman obviously has some doubts about her man, and this confirmed it. right. Okay.
She had some doubts. She had some assumptions, and there wasn't no doubts. She knew. She knew.
Yeah. All right, Troy. That true false game is funny. Why I look up all them girls and y'all got it wrong? Floyd won, and it wasn't that close. Chris Brown actually won the other week. 2, you got that one right. What man judges another woman's wedding ring?
CB.
Oh yeah. All right. This is from Cheryl. Again, I ask, is Kat being held there against her will? Because how does she sit there throughout all this foolishness just to get to her segment? Kat is from Chicago or currently resides there, correct? Well, you said Chicago has some very nice bitches and hoes. That's when she should have left. The disrespect is starting to be contagious because the other guy is talking about a woman's dress flying up and you all are cheering for it to raise. All this in front of a woman. Come on, guys, show some class because Kat always compliments you guys. Show her the same respect. I have no idea. Oh, let me get my glass. I have no idea what she's talking about.
We need to change the slogan to, you said you wanted to be in, right?
We respect Kat.
I think
Kat.
Nobody is trying to be disrespectful to us, Kat. I just think folks get out of hand here. Kat, what you feel about that?
I don't at all feel disrespected. Like, I mean, for her sake, I need her to understand that just because someone refers to women as bitches doesn't mean you have to join that bandwagon. I don't all the time believe I'm a bitch. So, you know, I don't take what they say like that personally, but I think that's what it takes to be inside the cave. Is that you have to be able to have security in yourself to understand that when they're talking about bitches, you can exclude yourself and it's okay.
And that's why we don't let bitches in the cave.
Now, who was the guy that was cheering for a woman's skirt to raise up?
That would be Brother Sid.
No,
Brother Sid.
I thought that was
yeah, that was me.
When you at the playground or something?
I wanted to see what the fuck was under that one.
He creep cave. He the creep cave. All
right, this is from. No shame. All right, I think this is the last one. That is the last. Okay, yeah. Lance, the response to the letter was interesting. Thought Kat would see it differently. The best advice Kat ever said was what her friend's parents told her. Forget the kids, I'm telling my woman that an orgasm from another man will hurt and she will get infected. Think it will work? Yeah.
Cook that shit up, Quay.
Not at all. All right. That was listeners' feedback this week. Send it in Inside the Cave Podcast at gmail.com or however else you've been sending it.
Oh my gosh, back at it again.
All right, here we go. Welcome back Inside the Cave. This is this week's Who Ain't Got No Bitches. Now, speaking of bitches, this was actually Kat's idea this week. Kat came up with this one. It wasn't me. I was actually.
And I did because I don't want to stop you all from being you. I just want you to be inclusive. So include women.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna go. So this week's Who Ain't Got No Bitches is this week is Vivica Fox versus goddamn
Nicole Murphy.
Nicole Murphy. Attaboy, Sly. All right, who ain't got no bitches? All right. So it says number one, Vivica Fox was in a relationship with Neo. Yeah, I heard that one. Morris Chestnut. Morris Chestnut been married for a long time. This is from Zimbio.com. All right. 50 Cent, of course, was also in a relationship with Christopher Harvest. And the last one is Dennis Rodman.
You gonna look up them dudes like you do for the chicks? You gonna say you like the way the men look?
You gonna post their pictures? You gonna screenshot their pictures?
Hold on. I think. Okay, well, we ain't gonna call this "Who Ain't Got No Bitches." We gonna call this "Who's the Biggest Hoe Between the Both of them, Nicole Murphy or Vivica Fox?" And I can tell you right now, I think Nicole.
We will not, because if it's not the biggest hoe for the guys, it can't be the biggest hoe for the women. Well, I just want you to understand that if you're gonna put it out there, then give the same respect. Put some respect on their name.
Hey, Kat, you got a good point on that. So sit your ass down and comment on this shit right now.
Yeah, because
we struggling.
Respect this game.
Hold on. Wait till y'all.
You first up.
Your ass needs to stay wherever the hell you are. Don't come for me. I didn't send you. It's all right.
Hold on. Wait till y'all see these names. Nicole. I'm sorry, Kat. This is called "Who's the Biggest Hoe." Nicole Murphy. These are the niggas Nicole Murphy done smashed. Michael Jordan. Back in 2007, Michael Jordan, when he was divorcing Juanita, smashed motherfucking Nicole Murphy.
Man, where you getting your information from?
This is from the hiphophollywood.com. God damn. All right, here we go. Michael Missick. This is Lisa Ray's ex-husband. Oh, yeah. Michael Strahan. Oh, she loves some Michaels. That's 3 Michaels in a row. Jimmy Jackson.
Michael Jackson?
Remember Jimmy Jackson played for the Jimmy Jackson, matter of fact, he has some bitches now. Shit. All right. Nick Cannon, Drake. God damn. So who is it? Who y'all think? I think who's the biggest hoe? Nicole Murphy or Vivica Fox?
I
can't hear you, Sid. Who's the biggest hoe, y'all?
I say Nicole Murphy. Me and Joe saw her at Liquid, not this year in Vegas, but the year before.
Oh yeah.
They had some random dudes with her there. So every time you see,
why does it have to be who is the biggest hoe, Stevie? Because you didn't say who was the biggest hoe between Drake and Chris Brown. That's hoeing.
Oh, all right, Kat. I usually save this for Big Dog, but since I am a protege of Big Dog, I'm gonna read something to you. Why, if a guy have sex with a lot of women, he's a fucking legend, but if a girl does just 2 guys in a year, she is a slut? It's like this, Kat. If a key opens lots of locks, then it's a master key. But if a lock is opened by lots of keys, then it's a shitty lock. Can you dig that, baby?
Not at all, because to me it sounds like if you're a key, if you're a fucking key that open lots of locks, you're not a secure ass key.
Now you too philosophical for me.
Motherfucker, I hacked your code. Everybody popping.
You had that one ready to go.
Everybody popping a lock.
She got my ass. Pop, lock, and drop it. Goddamn it. All right. Well, she's still a hoe to me, but she's a hoe that get smashed. All right. Thanks for shitting on that segment, Kat. All right. Anybody else want to take a vote on this, or should we just say it's over with?
I think it's over with.
I think it's over with. Yeah, she messed up my Goldie. I was trying to school her like Goldie.
Your segment, you're welcome.
And I was trying to school her like Goldie. Dog, did I rep you right, though? I tried to school her like Goldie,
and
man.
that's why every time you see me, I got some new shoes.
Inside the Cave. Dr.
Look.
News, rumors, gossip, and reality with Kat on Inside the Cave.
Doing it big right now.
Here we go. This is news, rumors, gossip, and reality. All right, I'm not going to read all this shit, but Ben Carson injects himself into the Trump feud with Dems on Baltimore press conference. Now, I'm going to just sum it up. Everybody knows Trump said some racist shit to Elijah Cummings, and he needs one black person to come defend him. That would be Dr. Ben Carson, and he came to Trump's defense. Anybody got an opinion on this shit?
What did he say?
All right. Don't force me to work. What did he say? Oh, God damn it. You know, it's sort of like if you have a patient who has cancer, Carson said of Baltimore, You can dress them up and put a nice suit on them, and you can try to ignore it, but that cancer is going to have a devastating effect. You have to be willing to address that issue if you're ever going to solve it. I'm going to play devil's advocate on this. Now, everyone's talking about Trump calling Baltimore an infested disease, whatever he said, place. But my Republican co-workers posted something on our union website, and it said, showed Elijah Cummings in 1999 saying the exact same thing about Baltimore that Trump said. So I don't know. What I think, I'm gonna just give them
don't it sound like a parent talking about their own child? Like, it's not like he's an outsider looking in. He's actually the president of the United States. And so if you're actually in charge of everything, would you really roast something you're in charge of? Like, you would think you would do everything in your power to, just like a parent. You know, there are parents who be like, oh, my kid ain't shit. And that's kind of how I registered what he said.
Hey, Kat, but you make a good point. My grandmother always said this: a fool can't talk by himself. And I'm gonna take you guys back to the episode, a great episode by Martin. One time, Martin, Gina wanted to do Martin's job because Stan hyped her up for a segment. And of all the people, Cole came up with the best advice. Cole said, Martin, don't say nothing. Gina ain't never did radio before. She don't know what she's doing. Don't argue with her. Don't debate with her. Don't say nothing. And let Gina ruin herself, self-destruct on the radio. And that's exactly what happened. You can always learn something from a Martin episode. If Democrats just shut up, let Trump don't know, just let Trump talk. You ain't got to respond to everything. Let him talk, let him talk, let him talk by himself. You ain't got to say nothing. He done enough for himself. That's just my opinion. I always learn something from Martin. Anybody remember that episode of Martin?
Yeah, I remember it, but the difference is different. Democrats got constituents. If they don't say nothing, they not gonna get their vote because it looks as though they not doing their damn job. So they gotta say something. They gotta speak for the people that's calling in and telling them that this ain't right.
Is that Valley Vale in the building? Yeah, it is. All right, should I even do this Yasiel Puig story? I don't even know how. I think I made a mistake and added this on here, but I don't think anybody gives a fuck. Let's get to something that everybody cares about. Diddy confirmed dating with Steve Harvey's 22-year-old daughter, Lori. I don't have to read this. I can just sum it up. Diddy needs a pumpkin head. Diddy needs a pumpkin head. This man is dating Steve Harvey's daughter. Diddy is in his, damn near 50? And more importantly, Diddy is a peer to Steve Harvey. like I said, let me ask y'all this, seriously. Say it. What if Omar started dating Gabby? And then once you confronted him about, like, yo, that's my daughter, bro. And he'd be like, yo, I'm in love. Like what would you do, man? Like, seriously, I just think that's so disrespectful. Like, we ain't gonna even talk about one of us. But we already know, like, nah, ain't no such thing. But like, if one of your peers, bro, like, come on.
But you know, I brought up a similar situation, man, a few months ago. You remember?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't really want to put it on here, but I brought up something real similar about a guy that was dating. Well, he actually first got a baby by his marriage.
Wait a minute, I think I remember you bringing that up. You don't want to get into it. I don't want to elaborate on it either. You ain't trying to get into it, but I vaguely remember you were talking about. I remember you bringing something up along those lines.
Man, I just think that's like totally different. Like that's like if, like, you know, Gotti starts dating my daughter, you know what I'm saying, when she turns 22. Like you know, that's my boy and shit. But I shouldn't even use Gotti because that's like, I mean, that's just like Omar. I shouldn't even use these guys' names, but that's like Omar. That's one we close with him, we cool with him, but you know, like that's disrespectful, man. That's so disrespectful. All the bitches in the world, you want to date my daughter, nigga? My fucking daughter.
You want to date your son's ex?
Yeah, we didn't even get that close. Yeah, forgot about that part.
I just want you to connect that when you say you want to date my daughter, every older man is dating someone's young daughter. Like, I don't know how guys can kind of disconnect from that.
Yeah, see,
like,
that's just something we just understand.
Why is it someone else's daughter can be a cave crush, but it's not okay for Diddy to date this lady?
Okay, well, let me ask you something, Kat.
I think he's missing the whole point.
Kat,
We're
if
talking about
your daughter turned 21 and I start dating her, what you gonna do? All the bitches, all the bitches in the world, and I want to start messing with your daughter. I don't care if she is legal. All the bitches in the world.
Very fair. To be very honest to my daughter, she would not find you attractive in the least.
That's furthest from the point. That's furthest from the point.
Actually, it's not furthest from the point because I've raised her to understand creepy old men when she sees them.
Look, if the situation
she's
was,
right, because she's right. By that time, I would be a creepy old. You're right.
The situation was different. Who said it? Like only a rich male can get away with some shit like this.
Man, he shouldn't even be able to get away with that shit because Steve Harvey rich. Come
I
on,
just
man.
find it really funny that you'll do 3-4 people who ain't no bitches and name a whole lot of good men's daughters as concubines of these individuals, but still call like this woman a hoe. Like, it's kind of like a double standard.
What they got in common, Kat? I was like,
it has everything.
We talking about dating.
How you treat one woman is how you treat all women, and any man who thinks they can separate the behavior of female interaction doesn't understand women. Obviously, like it's all I'm saying is psychologically. He fucked up. You can't expect women to give you anything you haven't asked her for. Like, women do what you want at the end of the day. So I don't see anything. This old man.
Okay, so
what
what does that?
Something totally different. Hold on, Sly. What we saying is, like, let's say somebody in the case, one of the guys started dating. Let's say like CB started dating my daughter's friend or my daughter. That's foul as hell. Like, you hung around, like, you boys, you brothers or whatever.
I seen your daughter when she was a baby.
Seen my daughter grow up.
Exactly. That means I'm sick.
We're not talking about an old man dating.
Right.
We're talking about how foul it is for somebody to be in your circle.
Right.
And start dating.
Well, let's ask this question. I'm gonna just ask you this, Kat. Would you date one of your up-age daughter's ex-boyfriend?
Never, but I don't have any. Again, like, I don't have that type of. I have no desire to raise a man, so I wouldn't do that. And this is what I'm saying about, like, I guess what I'm trying to bring to your attention.
It ain't about raising. Would you date?
I'm sorry, Stan. I can say my answer. I don't have to answer yes or no. I can say how I feel. And what I'm feeling is no, I wouldn't be attracted to a young man like that.
Okay, Kat. Would you date one of your ex's father?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't understand that question because that's so dumb. That makes it seem like my ex doesn't exist in my life. And if someone exists in my life, I wouldn't want to do anything to put them in an uncomfortable situation.
That's a good point, Kat. So what is going on with this young lady dating her ex's father?
Why are you all assuming it's an uncomfortable situation?
I didn't say it was uncomfortable. I said what's going on.
The fact that it ain't, it should be. That's dope. That's bogus. You don't do no shit like that. Like, goddamn, nigga. So it means I can't bring you around my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? You already done fucking my daughter. Goddamn. When my grandkids turn 21, you gonna fuck them too?
How long was he with Cassie?
Shit, since 05, 06.
So he got with Cassie when she was 22, 23.
Yeah.
Because Cassie 32 now.
Right.
That's his age range then, 22.
Now forget all that shit. I don't care about that. As long as they legal, that's between him. But what I'm trying to say is, how you gonna fuck with, like, him and Steve was cool.
Man, I don't know how cool they was. It ain't got nothing to do. I'm gonna take Steve out the whole question. I don't know how cool they is. You might be giving their relationship too much credit. I don't know that. What I'm saying is, how'd you date your son's ex-girlfriend at 23 years old?
Well, see, I've heard stories like that. And he said I've heard stories like that. And both the father and son worked out fine. So I ain't tripping on that. The fact I'm tripping out is the father's friend is dating a the father's coworker or the father's peer.
But you calling them friends?
Okay, let's say they co-workers at least. They work together on plenty of projects. So even if it was just one, god damn, man, all the bitches in the world, nigga, my daughter. I done interviewed you on my TV show, my radio show. You've been on my television show, my sitcom.
Yeah, really close to
the world, nigga. You want my daughter?
Really close to some R. Kelly shit.
Go get a
y'all
bitch
missing, y'all missing something serious here. Let's look at the big picture here. We talking about Diddy. What just happened with Diddy? The man he been going through something ever since his ex died, right?
Yeah.
He realized that he fucked up the whole time because he ain't married that woman. Now he done separated from Cassie, which he was with forever. So he's obviously going through that proof that he's been going through something. Now we got this situation. You know, what's going on with this man's mental health right now?
He wants somebody to raise his daughters.
I think he need a pumpkin head. How you gonna pick somebody to raise his daughter that's his daughter's age? That shit. Thanks. Y'all know I'm a fan of Steve Harvey, so I'm gonna just be quiet.
Yeah. The shit is weird. To say one word is weird.
See, I hate to be Roland in this instance, but Diddy always seems to do everything he needs to do in order to help his business along. And Steve Harvey's show has been canceled. Do you feel like there's a connection?
Oh, whoa. Okay. All right. Damn. So that's something to think about.
So you think Steve Harvey setting his daughter out? We'll put it past his ass.
No, not at all. I'm just bringing the same kind of theories you guys have automatically assumed this is against Steve Harvey's wishes, and I'm just being devil's advocate saying maybe it's not.
No.
We need to get some new wishes.
Yeah. All right. In happier news, Eddie Murphy reportedly negotiating a $70 million comedy special deal with Netflix. Eddie Murphy could be coming back doing stand-up. Y'all here for Eddie Murphy coming back?
Yeah. I'm with that.
How you think Monique gonna tell about that?
Oh shit! Yeah, $70 million for one. Is that for one special?
No, I think it's for two. I think it's for two. I think it's
2 or 3, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's for 2.
So that nigga getting like $29 million an episode.
Yeah, how much they offer her?
4.
I thought it was 2.
Why are we putting Monique in the same conversation as Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, that is.
All right.
Right. Yeah. All right. Everybody listen to it. No, yes, on Cat. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, at the end of the day, even if the Netflix specials suck, Eddie Murphy has such a card catalog that if Netflix were to get all of Eddie Murphy's movies onto Netflix, like, I would be watching it all day. So I hope, he doesn't put too much pressure on himself to try to have a successful show. When really, it's the Shrek money is gonna keep him eating forever. So.
Yeah, I got a conspiracy theory about Eddie Murphy too, but Roland ain't showing up, so I might have to do it without him, but I'll let y'all know. All right, everybody listening on Indie Central, we have an old school mini mix. It's Neo.
Big Dog's old school mini mix. Throwing it back on Inside the Cave.
Y'all already know what it is.
Turn the lights off in this place, and she shines just like a star. And I swear I know her face, I just don't know who you are. Turn the music up in here, I still hear her loud and clear, like she's right there in my ear, telling me that she wants to own me, to control. got that good thing. She my little hood thing. Ask around, they know us. They know that's mine. But baby, everybody know that's mine. But baby, everybody know that's mine. Yeah, yeah. So now they say he's an entertainer. Slow down, you're just one more. He don't respect you. He just gon' hurt you and neglect you. Well, let them say what they wanna. I made a promise to do you right, and I'm gonna. Girl, I do everything I can to prove I'm a better man than your friends think I am. She got me speeding in the fast lane, pedal to the floor, man. Tryna get back to her love. Best believe she got that good thing. She my little hood thing. Ask around, they know us. They know that's mine. But baby, everybody know that's mine. But baby,
Inside the Cave.
by myself, but I'm a boss when we're together. Mommy, I'm good all by myself. But baby, you make me better. 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 First things first, I does what I do. But everything I am, she's my improve. I'm already boss. I'm already fly. But if I'm a star, she is the sky. And when I feel like I'm on top, she give me reason to not stop. And though I'm hot, together we burn it up.
You're in the mix with the big dog inside the Cave. Inside the Cave.
Yo, the remix, ayo, I think it's time to hit him with the mace flow. My she was getting the best of me, but ooh, child, you're my destiny. And I know it's especially hard with all these girls that's testing me. And you gon' question me if she even stand next to me. But you should laugh, cause you my better half, and these girls just fighting over the rest of me. Right now it feels so crazy. I know she just some lady, and my outfit is just so 80s. Not to mention I'm a clamoring Mercedes, and the 26-inch in it is look so good with your 6-inch heels. Fly that you be on, Gucci on, Line Louis Vuitton. Now we high as the way that we cruising on. High like I like Mercury. Why do I mention the solar system? Cause you in my soul and system, and we're gonna take it home with this one. I got something that you gon' lie. You got something that I can't find. We got something that we both gon' ride.
Just true, baby, you have become my addiction. I'm so strung out on you, I can barely move, but I like it, and it's all because of you. And it's all because of you. And it's all because of you. And it's all because I'll never get enough. She's the sweetest stuff. You're sexy, so sexy.
Inside the Cave.
She makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Just one touch, and I erupt like a volcano and cover up with my love. Baby girl, you make me say, and I just can't think of anything else I'd rather do than to hear you sing. Sing my name the way you do. Oh, when we do our thing, when we do the things we do. Baby girl, you make me say.
advice? Send your questions and problems to Cat for Cat's Corner on Inside the Cave.
All right, welcome back to Inside the Cave. That was an old school mini mix, and this is Cat's Corner. If you want to send something in for Cat's Corner, send in Inside the Cave podcast at gmail.com or radiopublic.com. Somehow you can send stuff on there too, I just found out. And this is the first letter from there. Karen, I remember Kat saying she is an educator, and I want to know what she thinks about my daughter being able to skip grades from 5th to 7th. This will take her grade school to middle school, and she will be in high school a little too early for my liking. But I also don't want her stagnant either. What would you do? It's a different type of Cat's Corner, but what would you do, Kat?
And I appreciate the question. I'll say, from an educator standpoint, any child who exhibits boredom, laziness in a classroom may just be that. Sometimes we do need to give them extra or send them up another level so they can show their academic prowess. But some kids are not emotionally ready to move forward. And what I mean by that is 6th grade is a whole nother emotional realm than 7th grade. So you need to know your child and understand, is your child mature enough to move ahead? That's just like saying, is my daughter old enough at 18 to get married? If you have to double ask that question, then she's not. So if you feel like it's better for her to stay in her grade, please exercise your voice. But I also don't want you to stifle her because you're not emotionally ready. So be sure that you both are ready for her to take that extra step.
Hey, I want to give some advice from my boy Sid. Told me, now this is not got nothing to do with school, but I was trying to push my son to in basketball camp. Sid told me to hold off, man. Let him enjoy it, man. So, but the only difference is I was trying to get my son to actually learn more, is to be advanced. Sound like this kid is already advanced, so I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I want my daughter in a higher grade just because of other issues that had nothing to do with school. I don't know if I want it.
Yeah, and ask yourself. I mean, she know this, but what type of school district you in? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Are you in a school district that's not as strong, so the academics ain't there? I mean, you might want to transfer if you can and send it to a different school, because sometimes you go to a school in certain areas. What they teaching in 6th grade at that school, they done already taught it 3rd grade at another school.
That is true. That is a fact.
So look, try it from a different perspective. If it was let's peel it back a little bit. If your daughter's son was very intelligent, smart in one subject, and they wanted to keep him in, let's say, 6th grade, but give him 8th grade math to do, that's acceptable, right? That's cool. That's fine with most parents, right? He's staying in 6th grade, but he's doing 2 levels higher of math, right? So now you speed it up, or change it to sports, basketball. Your son or daughter's on the junior varsity team, but they have skills enough to play with the varsity team. Do you let them go up and play with them? I'm the son of an educator, so my perspective is you don't hold a child back. You let them go up, and they can always come back. If what Kat is saying is true, with the psychological issues come into play, but go up there and challenge them. They need something to challenge them. So let them go up those levels and see what's to it. That's my advice.
All right. Anybody else? Anything? Or we'll give Kat the final word and move on.
I think Kat pretty much summed it up. I mean, you got to know your kid. You got to know where your kid at mentally. You don't want to put too much pressure on them. So it really just depends on, just knowing your kid.
All right. Kat, last word.
I'm going to give you a shout out because any parent who has an academic question about their child warms my heart. Shout out to you for caring about your child conversation. And if we don't answer your question correctly, even if we're totally wrong, shout out to you for reaching out and saying, hey, what should I do academically for my child? Because at the end of the day, even if she stays in the grade she's in or move forward, she has a parent who cares deeply about her academic future or his academic future. So at the end of the day, do what you think is best, but shout out to you for caring.
Yeah, I can't believe you asked that kind of question for this segment. Must be your first time listening. Anyway, this is from Daryl. What up, Cave? It's your boy Daryl out of Richland. Where the hell is Richland? Anybody know where Richland is?
I believe Kentucky. I believe it's Kentucky. Richland, maybe I'm thinking.
I send you off. Richmond is actually in Virginia.
Virginia.
No, it said Richland, not Richmond. See?
Oh, okay.
There you go, trying to talk crazy. See? Now I apologize.
Well, it sounds like you said Richmond, though. I read the email. That's how I know you said Richland. But
okay.
It sounds like you said Richmond.
I'm trying to get an apology out of motherfucking Cat. Here you go caping for. All right, here we go. What's up? Does anybody know where Richland is? No, seriously. Richland is?
Richland is?
Yeah, I guess you. All right. What up, Cave? It's your boy Daryl out of Richland. You ever been with a woman that was too much and out of your league? This chick I got want to smash more than me and want to do more freakier shit than me. I can't even keep up with her, but scared to leave her because she might clown me. That's it.
Damn.
That's it.
No, we don't have those types of problems.
We want you guys to go first since it's a guy. And what do you say to him? He didn't ask a question like that, so.
Sounds like he wants to leave her. We're scared.
Yeah, I mean, shit. You don't know how to cook, get out of the kitchen.
There you go. Oh, yeah. I think that's pretty much it right there.
I mean, this is a true story about people lying to themselves. I mentioned last week about people not being honest with themselves. And this is a true example of someone who might have been telling bitches, I'm the man. I'm finna kill that pussy. I'm finna tear it up. Yeah. And he met his match. Yeah. So now all of a sudden he has no value and he can't give her anything. He has nothing to offer her. Yeah. My black king, there are so many other things that require a healthy relationship that I don't think you're tapping into, because to be very honest, a woman will sleep with any man if he knows himself, meaning if he's confident in his sex, big dick, little dick, skinny or big, she believes in you because you are presenting yourself. So if you're doubting yourself, then yeah, you should leave her because she's gonna doubt you. And you don't wanna be in that position. And so I feel kind of sad that you don't wanna be alone, which is what I really read in the letter, is that you're lonely. And that's why I wanted to ask you guys, like, what do you guys do when you're lonely?
God, we didn't get none of that from that level.
We had a guy that sent us a message talking about he didn't want to be lonely at 70. Yeah, I gotta ask you what you think about this guy, Cat, too. I'll ask you about that later on.
Richland is in Washington State.
Washington State. That's Washington State. That's on the West Coast?
West Coast.
Yeah, man. Good Lord. This nigga don't know geography.
So you're telling me the guy isn't lonely?
When was the last time you guys been lonely? I can't think of a time. I got kids. Our kids are so little, I can't be lonely.
He said he worried about her talking shit on him.
Yeah, that's what he worried about.
Which is a sign of a liar, because she can only talk shit about the truth you presented her.
Hey, Kat, I'm gonna tell you something. You right about that. When I was, check this out. When I was 12 or 13, I was at Proviso East summer camp, and I was sitting with Tyrell Campbell and Marcus Sight, and this chick came over. Everybody was talking about she sucked dick and all that shit. So I was just standing on the lockers. I said, "Hey, bitch, come over here and suck this dick." I was just talking shit, right? So, hey, but look, check this out. She pulled my card. She said, well, pull your shit out then, nigga. And I froze. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it happened. Yeah.
And that's how the real CB was born.
Hey, I forget her name, man. She called me out. She's like, pull it out there. You talking all this shit? I was doing shit every day. You know what you say? Fuck you, Billy. Hey, but you're right about that, Cat. This shit do be happening. Sometimes people will talk themselves into shit. And what they say, they talk themselves, wrote a check that they ass couldn't cash.
Yeah, basically.
You wrote a check your dick couldn't cash?
Yeah. Hey, man, I was a kid, man. You wasn't fucking then either. Shut up.
It happens to grown-ups. Like, that's the gamble you guys take. Like, it's tricky out here. Just like women get addicted, like, it's men who just, they need a certain vagina, and you guys gotta watch that addiction.
Well, CB, to answer your question, you said, do men get lonely and everything? What type of men get lonely? You answered it earlier in the show. They usually walk around with a Bluetooth and they paying for it.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh, shit. All right, actually, Kat asked that question. Hey, we're going to help this guy or what? He said, I can't even keep up with her, but scared to leave her because she might clown. What we gonna do?
We gonna talk. We gonna talk to him like
he should leave her expeditiously. He's not ready for this ride. You know how you got to be a certain height to get on certain rides at amusement parks? He's just not ready. And I want to tell men, it's okay to meet your fucking match. Like, it's okay to be found. Like, it's totally normal.
Cat, you so full of shit right now.
I think he should get her some help. She sounds like she hope.
Some months ago, you were saying like, look, motherfucker, don't be springing up no new shit on me. We need to have a conversation. So if this motherfucker can't hang, and he feel like he's a little intimidated, he just need to have a conversation with him.
And again, I'm sure he didn't come at her and say, hey, my sex is pretty mediocre, forgive me. I'm sure he didn't say that to her. I'm sure he came talking big shit.
I'm sure she came talking big shit.
In most cases, it's kind of equally yoked, where you talked your shit and backed it up, and she talked her shit and backed it up. But every once in a while, pussy reminds you why wars are started over, because it does something different to you. And I'm not saying that this lady and he aren't equally yoked. I'm saying they went in with different he went in lying to himself. And I'm not, I just don't lie to yourself. If you met your sexual match, you don't know what might happen if you tell this lady, hey, Joe, you just too much sexual for me. Like, you don't know what'll happen, but he will risk getting clowned by his homies instead of being real with her. You don't got a lot of kick it, baby.
I ain't hearing that pull out shit. Stay up in there, man. Fight the good fight. Go down with the ship, man. Man up. Man up.
Hey, man, she might be some kind of dominatrix or some shit.
You gotta flip that shit. You better learn. You better learn something.
You better get this rock wilder. Like, that's why
go to Exotica in Richland and learn some shit. Do some shit, man.
Not for this bitch. And that's another thing I gotta tell men. Stop proving for one bitch. Don't now go to the next bitch and be extra aggressive because the last bitch hurt your pride. That's not what everybody wants. That's not what every woman needs. That's what this woman asks for. That's not every woman. So, hey, it's okay if you say, hey, bitch, I'm not interested in this freaky shit. You can step back. I give you permission, writer inner, to step back and say, this sexual activity makes me uncomfortable. It's a nigga who might think that shit is sweet and might fall dead into it. You don't have to apologize, men, for saying no to pussy. I don't know who made y'all feel like you did. You don't have to apologize to any bitch for saying no thank you.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Do like this one guy on this podcast said. Do every fucking freaky thing possible to her. That way, if she do ever clown your ass, she gonna have to talk about all the freaky shit.
But why would you do that? She's gonna clown you anyway. I'm gonna let you get
She ain't gonna clown.
He's already clowned, boo boo. Sorry. The only reason why she's fucking with him now is to see if she could teach him something. Now he's a German Shepherd. He didn't come prepared, so she's gonna teach him. And I know men don't want to be in that position.
Hey, if a woman is too much for you sexually, that means she's probably a hoe. Run, nigga.
Damn, TV.
I wonder how old this dude is.
Hey, man. Stay on there, man. Stay in the game. I ain't hearing that shit.
We're rooting for you, Daryl. We're rooting for you, Daryl. Right back in. Let us know what happened.
And invite us to the wedding, too.
The best hip hop throwbacks and R&B inside the cave on Indie Central Radio.
Here we go. This another one. This from Tabitha, a long one. Pause. How many female friends does one man need? I know that there's only two sexes in the world, but all this guy hangs around is women. It's starting to bug me because every time we go through something, he tells me what another bitch who happens to be his friend says. Example, I was upset at what happened when we were at the sports bar, and I wanted more attention from him. I sent a long text to him, and it took him forever to respond. He says the reason it took a long time to respond is because it took a long time to read it. He then said he used to it because Faith sends long messages too. I don't like being compared to another woman, but I don't want him to think I can't handle his friends. What would you say to him? First of all, I would say this is a long-ass email you sent, so I can imagine what your text messages are.
But I kind of feel you on that, because here's an insecure person being insecure. I can't tell you the limit that men can have on female friends, because I don't feel that the man that tells me this is lying to me. So your issue is you're not clear on your relationship with him and his friends. So you're gonna just automatically assume something. I can't say how many friends. I have a lot of male friends that are totally platonic. However, I would never mention to my man that one of my friends gave me advice. Like, these are behaviors that he's showing you. He ain't got a lot of respect for you. So it has nothing to do with his female friends and everything to do with how much respect he has for you. And it seems to me like he doesn't have a lot of respect. So, I mean, that's a turnoff for me. If you keep telling me what your mama said, then I'm not interested, because your mama is who you want to be with. So if you can tell me, well, my friend told me, well, obviously, sweetheart, you are not interested in what I have to tell you. And the files in your brain don't have any room for the input I have. See, people are valuable. And people think when they get in a relationship, they have to give. Sometimes what you're giving is just your value. So if you're worth $1.99, that's all you got to give. But if you're worth more, then what you say it trumps what everybody else says. So, sweetheart, he's not interested in you. And I will say this too, that's okay. Some females are totally cool with their man calling their female friends for advice. You're just not one. Don't lie to yourself. He's not your type. Leave him alone.
Why is he around her then if that's not his type?
Why is he around her? Because I will be honest, a lot of women question themselves and their upbringing and what their mama taught them for some good dick.
Right.
Somebody who makes them feel good emotionally can trump all the other traumas. And I'm just saying, like, as grown-ups, we gotta be more responsible for our emotions. Sweetheart, if he's comparing you to other bitches and you don't like it, I give you permission to leave, if that's all you're waiting for.
Nah, I don't know. He sounds like a great guy. I mean, a lot of women don't even like being around men like that. So this guy has so many women that just likes being around, like, want to be friends. I mean, sounds like a pretty good guy to me. I don't know. Why would you want to break this couple up?
Because she doesn't like it. It's not about him. We're not going to blame it on him and put it on him for the amount of women he knows. This is about her comfortability. And if she doesn't like it, it's okay to say, I'm not okay with this. I don't think we should continue.
Okay, Kat. And then a couple weeks from now, a month from now, he's going to be dating some other chick and be like, hey, Hey, my friend Tabitha told me that he gonna bring her name up in some shit.
Exactly, and some woman may really not even notice he did it. Some woman may not even care. And I'm not saying that he's not a great guy. I'm saying he's not your boo because that makes you uncomfortable.
Hey, CB, before you move on, can I ask you a question? As a married man, have you ever, I know you have, obviously you do the show, so you know a lot of females. You got friends, you got co-workers that are females.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
You don't have none of that?
No.
What about the lady that cooked food for you?
I don't know. There's no woman that cooks food for me. I'm trying to get that to cook food.
Okay, so let's just say you did, and you brought it up to your wife.
I think why would you use somebody else as an example and not me?
Well,
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Dog, you there?
Yeah, what up, man?
All right, so you got in your marriage. If you have any friends or whatever, and you brought that up to your wife. Well, I was talking to what's her name, and she was telling me about this situation. You brought that up. Would that constitute a reason to, would your wife be upset with that to the point where you feel like that should end your relationship?
Man, I would never. Oh, I'm sorry, you ass dog, man.
I mean, first of all, man, I wouldn't even be bringing up to my wife with another female saying no.
Exactly, at all.
But I don't think that she would get all insecure because, but it sounds like this dude is like every time they have a conversation, he's talking about some other females. So,
yeah. You know what? I think I've been single too damn long because I've had this situation before. And the thing is, though, I understand that when women, you bring up another woman, said this and that and everything, especially if they don't know who the fuck that woman is.
Yeah.
But if these are actually true friends or whatever of this individual, say my woman knows the person or whatever, then I think that should put them at ease, saying, well, I went through this situation, I talked to what's name, whatever. Because look, I was raised by women, and I got 5 sisters, man. I don't feel like I should bite my tongue because I spoke to the opposite sex. I don't think that should constitute that's the end of my relationship with it. That should be a reason why you walk away from me or whatever because I brought up something else. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just giving you a different point of view.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend any married man taking D.
If you dating a female, and every time y'all have a disagreement, she come telling you about what her ex or some other nigga said, she ain't gonna want to hear that shit.
You know what? It's possible. You're right. But the thing is, I'm gonna argue this, man, because you know what?
Possible.
Real talk though. But if I'm secure in my relationship, and once again, I feel like we jumping back into the other dude. If you doing what you're supposed to be doing, bedroom and everywhere, you ain't worried about no other dude. All right, that's good. That's cool. I'm glad you got that point of view. But I'm gonna jump it right back to. But this is what I'm saying. And I think that woman needs to have confidence. All right, you done brought up this other person, but this is my point. And like Kat said as well, don't throw that in there. Like, look, I don't feel comfortable with that. She needs to communicate better. That's what I think needs to be put out there. I think she needs to open up her mouth, and if she got a problem with that, she needs to communicate with this man better and make sure that he understands she don't like that. And if he can't accept that, then maybe that's when she needs to leave. But I don't think she needs to just walk away. I think communication is the thing that they need to have rather than just it's over.
I wouldn't be talking.
But that nigga need to be talking to a woman, not some other female about what he got going on in the crib.
Come on, man.
Sound like a bitch ass nigga.
That's the last, man. Don't ever do that.
Anybody
that's married,
she gonna go back. She gonna go back to do.
Bitch up in your house. I don't care what she said. Don't you ever bring up no other bitch.
Especially when you argue.
Oh God. Come on. Don't ever bring up. I don't care if she said 1,000% right. Don't you ever bring it up. I don't care who the bitch is. I don't care if it's your mama, anybody. I'm telling you what God loves. Don't bring up nothing with no other bitch said. Don't do it. I ain't telling you what I've been through. I'm just telling you in general. Don't bring up nothing no other bitch said.
My wife kept telling me something about what some other nigga said. Goddamn.
Oh, it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be some furniture moving in that motherfucker.
Dog, she gonna sit dude down and she gonna say, well, I was talking to Kat and Kat said,
who the fuck is Kat?
Who the fuck is Kat? Who the fuck is Kat?
Another bitch. Now you bring up another bitch.
This whole conversation sounds like nothing but insecurity, man. Move on.
All right, I'm still. Hey, we can move on, but don't you bring up no other woman.
Try that shit out. Let me know how it work out for you.
Hey, don't you do that shit. Hey, don't you do that shit. Go ahead, Kat. The last word. I'm gonna go to the last letter.
The first thing I'm gonna do is shout out married men that are focused on their marriage. You guys, everybody kind of danced around it at first, which I thought was the sexiest thing ever. Because there's nothing more sexier than a man who loves his woman. So any man who's like, oh, I'm not gonna go first, I'm not gonna go there first, like, that's attractive. Because what it tells single women is that this woman, even not being there, commands the respect of her man. And with that being said, this woman obviously isn't really respecting a lot because she's not fearing how he would feel about her talking about him, or, you know, it's something about relationships, the special part about a marriage that I've never experienced. However, I can see what a gift it is that secret bond. So everybody ain't gotta know y'all love each other. But for somebody to say, oh, I don't like this because, it's very difficult to see the love in the situation. So when it comes to female friends, when it comes to extramarital anything, I gotta look at the two people, and it just kind of seems like you guys aren't on a level where you can respect his friends and he can respect yours. So if you're uncomfortable with it, you should go, because that's not fair. Some men love drama in a sense that they like bitches to treat them wrong because it sounds good to the next bitch. However, be responsible for you. If it's not fitting what you like and you can cut losses without any financial burden, go, because he's just not who you're looking for.
Had a long week? Need to get some stuff off your chest? Do it now! Let's go 0 to 100 real quick.
Real quick. Real fucking quick, nigga. 0 to 100, nigga, real quick.
Okay. International D, you got something this week? I heard you do.
Yeah, man. You talking about, when I was talking to you about you earlier, so, you know, I was reading through some articles, and this one article just stuck out to me, and I had to call bullshit on it. Y'all, any of y'all ever read this, the Madame Noir journal entries that she be putting out there?
No, I haven't.
No, I know y'all done came across them. They always out there. So the article is, black women can no longer afford to save broken black men. So I'm reading this title, and black women can no longer afford to save broken black men. And then the first thing the argument that came to my head before even reading the argument is, ain't broken black men raised by black women? Ain't, you know, and ain't the women that are raising these broken black men, aren't they sleeping with black men? Possibly broken black men? You know, so we talking about choices in men and all that. And I get it, you know, a lot, you know, the percentages in this article about, you know, 90% of, you know, victims of homicide, black women are victims of, 91% of black female homicide victims knew their killer being the black man, is what they're saying in this article. And they're saying that, you know, these women are supporting these men and they can no longer do that. So, you know, as much as we talk about in this cave right here as well, you know, about, you know, races and sticking to your own and this and that, you know, like, so what is this article saying? That, you know, black women need to step out of their element, out of their race, because it's, you know, the majority of black men are broken. I'm so confused by this article that I'm just like, and I don't know what to say about it. You know, I didn't, before I even read it, I was already judging. So what do y'all think about it? Especially Kat, what do you think about that? How do you feel about black men? The majority of black men, are we broken?
I can respond first. I think a lot of black women who complain, who who have this complaint, and I only know a certain group of them that have this complaint about they can't find a man, or they want to date a black man, but black men don't appreciate them, or they can't find a good black man, or they don't like the fact that black men like other races. The type of women that I see that have these issues, and they all seem to be the same type of women, are the ones that are highly educated, have great jobs, and they think that because they have all this, that they deserve a certain type of black man. And they might skip over a bunch of men in their past or present that really like them, appreciate them, but they think because they have an education or a great job or whatever statistic that they have, they think they deserve something better. And so because they don't get what they want, they classify the black men that they want, who don't want them, as all black men are broken. That's just what I've seen, and I got 15 women as an example of that. They were a bunch, basically they were loose in their 20s, 19, and their teenagers in their 20s. Then they got older and they realized
the only reason I'm saying something is just because you have a segment called Who Ain't Got No Bitches. So in the same way we glorify men who sleep with several women, and I understand, I get it, that psychologically you guys have been told that that's your virility. And for women, your sexual prowess is not your virility. I get it. But come on now, like, let's be fair, CB. If we're going to celebrate men who sexually choose their conquests, why is this like a downer because women are doing it?
Did I say that? I was talking about...
I'm not saying right or wrong in a sense. And even when I have conversation with guys, I feel like they're very quick to defend men. I don't agree with the article. However, I wish the conversation amongst men would happen. Why do our women feel this way? Like, I wish a little bit of responsibility or a little bit of accountability, where instead of being upset that that's how your women feel.
I just told you I just told
no,
you.
You didn't talk. You told me how you feel. You didn't tell me why you think women feel that way.
I just told you why I think that. I think that because they have an education, or the type of women I saw, they're highly educated, they have great jobs, and they think they deserve. And
again, I 100% disagree with that. I'm a very educated woman, and I don't feel like I feel like a lot of black men are intimidated before I even talk. They don't give me a chance. They see light skin, they see a degree, and they downplay themselves. So when they come at me, it's more of a joke. It's more satire than just a real individual talking to a real individual. And so sometimes it's not the woman. Sometimes it is actually the men who feel some kind of way. But again, I'm not getting into that. All I'm saying is, we got to be careful by saying who ain't got no bitches and then saying black women who are educated don't want black men. That's very uncomfortable.
They want black men, but they think they deserve a certain type of black men.
But sweetheart, the reason why I didn't jump on that point is because you're not going to tell me somebody can't feel what they deserve.
Yeah, but then
you're not going to sit here and tell me women, regardless of who they are, because men not only get the woman they deserve, but they'll fuck a bitch who they know they don't even want. They'll fuck a bitch beneath them. So let's be careful how we approach certain situations, CB, because again, men, I feel like, are a little bit more fragile when it comes to what you deserve. A lot of men cheat on their spouses for bitches who ain't shit. Well, then that makes you an ain't shit nigga. Like, you have to make better choices. If you know better, you do better, in a sense. And so all I'm saying is, I get what he's saying, that this article is kind of bogus and misleading in a sense that educated black women have expectations. I'm sad about the fact that black men are upset about the expectations instead of actually kind of listening to them and saying maybe they're right. Because you'll call a bitch a thought, a hoe. What about the women who just want to be successful in their industry, in their business? You know, they're looking for men too. And we don't want to come across a man you know, who, I'm sorry, go ahead, my bad.
No, I'm just, who said that we are upset about these, who said that men are upset about these women?
No, I'm sorry, you referred to the article that you read, and again, I spoke that I agreed with you that this article was incorrect.
And I appreciate that, but I don't get CB or myself. I just want to know who said that, you know, black men don't agree with these women. I mean, I agree that if a woman, only thing that I'm saying is if they're going to say that, like with CB's point of educated black women feel like they deserve, I don't agree with that. But at the same time, though, I think that if that is the case, then people need to look at their demographics. They need to look at where are you meeting these people? Where are you meeting these men? You know, that you are doing. What CB made a good point. A lot of these women, they mess with a bunch of, you know, I feel like I'm judging like all women by saying that, but a lot of women,
no,
you know,
you're
they
not.
had their fun when they had their fun when they're younger.
I get what you're saying, but I want to take us back a few sentences, because you said, who said I didn't? And that's where a lot of communication between black women and black men come. You never said you heard me. So because you never said, and I've said this before in this show, it's not that I agree, it's not the fact that we agree or disagree, it's the fact that I'd like to be heard and recognized. And that's all I'm saying about this article. This article is just saying, can you hear where black women are? Your women. Black women aren't like, you know, another planet. These are your women. And your women are saying, hey, if I'm educated, I can't find love. And I feel like the conversation with black men goes towards fuck these bitches because they don't understand, or they think because they have a degree they're better. And I don't want that conversation to go there. I want us to step back and just really, as a black man, acknowledge my women don't think I care. And that's something maybe you could work, that's something, that's a positive you can work toward, instead of negatively saying that these women don't get it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think there's another area we could look at it, especially as the black men she's speaking of. You all are great black men. And I think the message could be construed to her and all women who agree with her, that, sweetheart, we have not forgotten about you. We hear you, we understand you, but we're all not like that. And you can defend your point, but I think black women don't hear, I hear you enough from their men. And I think that's where the line is drawn. So again, like, I'm not shitting on the article. I agree with the article. You're right that that's not fair to say. But I also can say, even in this conversation, black men don't validate their women. You ain't got to tell me I'm right, but you can say, I heard you, sis. And that matters to my dependency on you.
Well, I don't know. I can sit here and say I hear her, but at the same time, though, like you just said, not all black men are broke. That's like me getting on here and saying I could look at this article when I read it, and I can be like, I could say the same thing, that, you know, black men have given up on broken black women. You know, it can be flipped the other way, because, you know, some of us have had that experience of women that ain't got shit, that only want shit, you know, and then that would be totally wrong.
So exactly true, my love. And again, I'm on your side when I say that if you give a little bit of I hear you, we can bounce back with some strength for you. But it's very hard to depend or rely on a race of men who will make you feel bad because you're educated and you got standards. Because you have an ideal doesn't make you a bad woman. However, we're having a conversation about women saying, I got standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, men have the same standards. You all have the same expectations, but you're not in an article about it, you know?
Let me just say this. There's an old saying that goes like this. A woman fucks who she wants, a man fucks who he can, but a man marries who he wants, and a woman marries who she can. It's the way the world works. It's like this. You can go, a bunch of guys, and I'm not saying I know a bunch of guys like this, but a bunch of guys can go on a guy's trip and say, hey, I'm gonna fuck me a thick ass, light skinned bitch with long hair. And by the end of the trip, they had to settle for a dark skinned, short bitch, skinny, you know, with freckles and shit like that. A woman can say, I wanna fuck me a certain type of man, and she gonna fuck him. That's just the way the world works. But a man can say, hey, I'm only marrying this type of woman. And he's going to marry that type of woman, or he ain't going to get married at all. That's just the way the world works. There's always a woman that's waiting to get married, and there's always a man that's waiting to get some pussy. That's just the way the world works. Can't change it. Like I said, I don't know any guys like that goes on guys' trips looking for a certain type of women that they get these. I don't know any type of. I'm just giving an example for the show purpose.
The best hip hop throwbacks and R&B inside the cave on Indie Central Radio.
I feel like this was around the cave and 0 to 100. Is this the same thing or what?
It is the same thing.
All right, I still got another one, so y'all go around. I got one more.
Well, go ahead. We on you. Go ahead. This might be. You'll never know when you might show up again.
You damn right. All right, so this my week. That was my little rant. I didn't like that article, but my next rant is, I was on the show for 2 weeks straight. I missed last week. I heard there was some listener feedback, and they wanted to know if me and Kat once had a thing, right?
Yeah. Someone did ask that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, and Kat respected that, and she answered the question, and she was almost 100% honest.
Almost,
just a little bit of it. So I'm back on the show right now because I wanted to respond to that because I feel like I got called out, and then Sly so kindly pointed out that I've been muted.
Yeah.
And Kat, you don't realize the shit I've had to deal with from these assholes all week.
Not me.
That's
I was at a church.
So I just wanted to defend myself a little bit. Yes, this guy did meet his wife on Black Planet in January of 2002. I left in July of 2001. When I left, me and Kat was talking. In January of 2002, me and Kat was not. Because why? Black men don't cheat.
And that's right. And you asked Kat to marry you, and she turned that down, right?
CB, you getting messy now.
I mean, I'm just tell like I remember I was there to console you, brother. I remember.
So Kat, come back here and please. I remember the little bit of hesitation in your voice because I asked CB to put that sound bite on this show this week so everybody can hear. Because I felt like you was telling the truth and he was like, no.
Yeah, I know.
Put it out there. You know, he did say he did this. All I know is that he said he met his wife, and I think I was talking to him. I just want to clarify. I got a good memory.
Yeah.
When you told me that it was not gonna work.
Yeah, I remember.
was in Idaho.
Yeah.
I was in Idaho, and I went to Idaho before I went to Korea, and that was long before my wife.
Mm-hmm. He called me.
So I just want to put that out there, fellas.
Yeah.
International D at one point in time, he became an ain't shit nigga.
Yeah.
But when I was talking to Kat, I was not that ain't shit nigga.
I want you to forgive me if you heard he ain't shit nigga.
No, I ain't heard that from you. I heard that from my boys. I'm calling them out.
Okay. I want you, first of all, I wanna let it be known. I've never disrespected what we had. What I did want to do was bring to other women listeners' attention that if you let a man talk, you'll hear everything you needed to know. I was under the impression that I broke your heart. You wanted to get married, Daniel, at 18. And I did not understand what that entailed. So yes, while you were in Korea, while you were in Idaho or wherever you were, like I was down. But you also wanted more than I knew how to give. And so I didn't know that by telling you no, that meant you would jump to the next bitch. I didn't understand that that's what that meant. I thought that maybe you would understand that let us grow up a little bit and then we can be like a power couple, you know. And I do want to go back and say how proud I am of the service you gave. Because you, at the time, I was very enamored at how you were sticking it out. But again, I wasn't trying to call you out. I was just trying to make it aware that number one, if you let a man talk, you'll hear what you want to hear. But also, it was a personal thing, my love. It was about myself. Yeah. I have allowed men to choose what they wanted in my life since I was that age. I don't have a husband now because I never made anybody become my husband. My thing was, if I'm not ready, I'm not ready. And a lot of guys were like, all right, bitch, you peace. And it was no sweat off my back.
Cat.
So I want you to understand, my love. I was not coming at you, but I was bringing to your attention. You told on yourself.
No, that's not good enough, Cat.
I still have your wings, your patch, your wings from your uniform. I still have them.
It's not good enough, Cat.
It sounds like D saying he broken and it's your fault.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me, Cat. And I'm gonna tell you something, Cat. I got a cousin. Or I might not be able to tell the story, but I'm gonna tell you guys. I remember every man. The great Steve Harvey says this: every man is a woman for every man that will change for one woman. Not any woman, but for one woman. Every man can change and will change, but only for one woman. And
I would have married him at 18. He wouldn't have any other wives. I definitely understand that. But I
still ain't got no other wives.
Right.
And you ain't got no other husbands.
Yeah. Like who I am at this age is definitely not who I would have felt bad for him with 20-year-old Cat. 20-year-old Cat was still learning and adjusting and growing. And, you know, I hear a lot of guys kind of talk about women of their past and how they did them wrong. And, you know, I feel for you guys because it was probably one girl when you were younger that you just knew you wanted to be with, but she wasn't acting right. And again, I wanna give you guys solace and say it wasn't you. It was not oh. She was just, I would rather be a great wife than an okay wife. And I would have been an okay wife at 18. You know, and I didn't wanna, you know, for a good person, I don't wanna be a fucked up wife. That's foolish.
Kat, I'm very disappointed at you. I just want to let you know that. Very disappointed at you. Look what you did here. Look what you did.
This motherfucker D
love,
got this demon motherfucker D got a cat's corner his damn self. Ain't this?
hey, bro, I had to get it out there because I'm tired of y'all talking that shit. Now, Cat don't put the truth out there. Now, I can't wait to see the listeners' feedback next week. I'm going to listen in.
I supported you. We're going to send you a free t-shirt for listening in too, motherfucker.
The listeners need to know that if there anybody who has long distance relationships, this wasn't like, oh, he was in the next town. He was hours different. So I was in college at the time. I had a scholarship. I couldn't leave my scholarship.
Oh, that's what it was. College girl.
You could have transferred and studied abroad.
See, now we talking about something else. We know what you girls in college. What college did you go to, Kat?
I'm not saying, but I
know.
Work my teaching degree, and I wanted to get the degree so I could be somebody. Like I think I told you, Daniel, I wanted to hang my panties and the black African flag in front of our house.
I just talked about women like you, Kat. I just talked about women like you. Y'all women with the degrees. A lot of women with them degrees. And
I married one of those. I think I'm still paying for hers.
In the mid-30s, and they mid-30s, talking about where all the men at.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, CB.
You left them in your 20s.
He didn't have to pay for anything for me. My education I would have come to him a little bit more of a complete package.
See, that's what y'all be thinking. That's why I just got done talking about. There's so many women that thinks that men don't care about y'all degrees. We don't give a fuck about it. If we want to marry you, don't give a fuck what you got.
Me? What about me? What about me?
I don't care about no degree. You can't fuck a degree.
That's a lie.
D, you
speak for yourself.
I care very much about my degree.
Degree is the icing on the cake. It's not the cake.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. He got a very well educated woman.
Yes,
why
but
the hell you think he's still surviving?
That's the icing on the cake. That's the icing on the cake. That's the icing on the cake. My wife is a very good person. It has nothing to do with her degrees.
Smart women
if your wife couldn't speak a damn proper sentence, if you chose one of them West Side chicks, whatever.
My wife is from the West Side. What the fuck you talking about?
Man, your wife from the west suburbs. Get your
My
ass like
wife
your
is
ass.
from the west side, brothers.
Green line, blue line,
My
till
wife
she
is from
die.
Lake Street and Menard, motherfucker. What you talking about?
Ooh, that's the weed spot. That's the weed spot.
That's the weed spot, see? What is you talking about? Better tell them, Sly.
That's the ooh, shit.
TB, man, don't act like I ain't known y'all since I was 12 years old.
Nigga, she from Lake and Menard, nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
Her family from Lake and Menard.
Nigga, she was
Lake and Menard.
Nigga, that's what she said. What the fuck? Nigga, she ain't moved out to Bellwood until she was like 18.
That was a one-stop shop on that one. Yeah.
Tell them, Sly.
Weed, rocks, blows, block. Simmies. Man, God damn.
What you say, Simmies?
They got what you want over this motherfucker. God damn.
He said, Simmy. Oh, shit. Go ahead, Sly. What you got this week, man? God damn.
Dude, I ain't got nothing.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to follow that shit. What you got, dog?
General Hospital ass saga.
I ain't got shit, bro.
All right. I think I'm going to... Cat, what you got, dude?
What? You on mute, Cat?
I feel sad your marriage ain't work out, boo-boo. I'm sorry. If you would have just hung on a little bit longer, a bitch would have came with a degree and everything.
Man,
Don't blame
you don't fuck about no degree.
I'm not sad it didn't work. I'm just sad at the fact that the damn child support I'm paying right now. I'm blaming that on you, goddammit.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm blaming it on you.
The best hip-hop throwbacks and R&B inside the cave on Indie Central Radio.
Oh, yeah. My name's Tevin. What's yours? We were holding hands in the park. We had to hurry home before it starts. I can't wait to see.
Hey ladies, it's time for To Tell the Truth. Ladies, let's talk about it with Sly on Inside the Cave.
Tell the truth. What's up, everybody? This was a conversation I was having, and I was out for happy hour one day last week, and a group of women, it's 5-6 women, got into an argument with me over a man's hands, over the softness or the roughness of a man's hand. I can't remember which one, but they said basically the women said, if you got soft hands, I can't fuck with you. I said, you gonna fuck regardless. The hands ain't got nothing to do with it. So my question to you ladies is, do women like men with soft hands, or do women like men with rough hands? Kat, can you chime in on this question? Like, what's the big deal? I don't think it is a big deal about the hands or not, but the dialogue was, women want to feel some roughness or some calluses on a man's hands when he's holding her, to give them some type of sense of protection. I said, again, that shit ain't gonna matter.
I agree 100% with you. That shit don't matter. Like, I guess I care more about if you're a productive person at your job. So if you press computer buttons all day, are you great at your job? If you're a construction worker, are you good at your job? So I think that's another way that Black women give excuses for not raising their sons well, by saying men who do this, they're really reflecting on like their dads. You know what I mean? Like, don't listen to any bitch who get with you and be like, well, men who don't mess with her because she's trying to tell you who you are instead of accepting who you are.
That's what I'm talking about. And for us guys who work on cars, and I work outside all day long, you know, I take care of myself. I told them I don't give a shit. I go get a manicure, pedicure, exfoliate my skin, all that bullshit. I don't give a shit if it make me feel good. I know I can get dirty at any given point. So I told the lady, like, y'all putting too many eggs in the wrong basket. It was like, I seen a meme the other day, and the meme said, ladies, it was about them getting bikini waxes. Like make sure your pussy is bikini wax, your vagina is bikini wax. But they steady making sure that their eyebrows are waxed and arched. It's like, do you want your man to lick your eyebrows, or do you want him to eat your pussy? Pick which one you want and deal with it. They too busy worried about fake eyelashes and their eyebrows, and they letting that man go untamed down low.
You would tell a guy. You wouldn't tell a boy, do what the bitches want. So no, if you're gonna wax your coochie, do it because it feels good to you. Because I guarantee it's a man who don't give a shit who will feel it.
We do give a shit, Cat, and you can't, and don't wear a bonnet to bed. We care about that shit too.
That's true. That is true. That is very true.
You can't do that shit.
That's the dumbest shit. I'm not gonna lose my edges because your ass got a European way of speaking.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Like, don't wear. I'm gonna wrap my shit up now.
Don't wear. I'm sorry. Don't wear a bonnet to bed when we about to fuck.
Yeah. There you go. That's great. Can you do that, Cat? At least that. Can you agree to that?
That part.
Yeah, that part.
You can put it back on after we done.
It could all be so simple. All right.
Thank you,
y'all. I think y'all funny as hell, man. Y'all just got done saying that y'all don't give a fuck about no education no woman got, but then y'all worried about a goddamn bonnet on.
I didn't say.
I ain't say that. I love smart women. You got your
I love it too.
mind,
I just said that's the icing. That's not the cake.
Love that shit.
You can't fuck a degree, nigga.
But her nappy ass head is fuckable.
Yes, that has a lot to do with sex. Yes.
Yeah, I love smart women. But that ain't the only thing.
Coochie is from bonnet head. The best head comes from a bitch with a bonnet on.
Yeah, so that's a damn lie. The best head come from a bitch with a rubber band or a scrunchie on her fucking ponytail. That's the best head.
Facts.
Facts. No printer.
Oh man, you guys, dog.
Man. Tell me what the best head is. How the fuck you know?
Oh shit.
Ask me how I know. Fuck, because I'm the one doing all the fucking work. I'll tell you when I'm giving the best head, when my wrapped up, when I got tight and right so I can get Amazon on it. Like I can get
who you think holding them handlebars of hair you got up there?
So I don't know hair to get in my mouth. So if I wrap my hair up, it's about to go fucking down.
That'd be us grabbing.
White girls don't have that problem. What do white girls do? Like they don't have that problem. Hair
they just that's the whole time.
What the fuck is y'all talking about? Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I was saying. I actually.
Sly just said it. Sly just said it. They take them two hands and they put that scrunchie in their head and they put that shit up in the air and then they go to work. Same way anybody else do, except they might be containing. I mean, y'all gonna make me get ignorant, man. Never mind.
D about to woo. D about to go. I about to go. I shit on the motherfucker.
Oh shit! All right. Boy, this segment here, boy. All right.
Well,
you got anything else, Sly?
No. Y'all just confirm what I was arguing with these 6 ladies about in the I don't know. I think I was in Uncle Julio's or some shit.
I heard women say that before. They don't like men with soft hands. I heard women say that.
And let me tell you,
but
this is what I told, and this was what I told them. Wasn't none of them fucking. I guarantee you.
I know young ladies who say men who wear suits are gay. Like they believe that if you on a tie, you're a homosexual. I know
a woman that said if a man wears his sunglasses in his shirt, above his head, when he's not wearing them, he's gay. She said that's what bitches do. That's what she said.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something crazy, right?
Yeah.
You ever shake a nigga hand and the hand soft? and what's the first thing that goes through your head?
You a pussy.
Oh, bitch ass nigga.
No, you ain't saying soft. You talking about like if he give you a timid, no. If he give you like a timid handshake, like he's scared to shake.
No, I'm talking about a nigga with soft ass hands.
Dog ain't shit. No, he talking about no firm grip or nothing.
I ain't talking about the grip. I'm talking about nigga hands soft.
Hey, dog.
What up, man?
Nigga, you could at least told me to my face, nigga.
Damn.
That nigga ain't never did no work in his life, goddamn.
Oh shit, that shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, I know I work behind a damn desk.
That don't mean your hands. That don't mean your hands. Like, there's a difference between you gotta have man hands. Men still have man hands.
You got some soft, man. You got some niggas like some soft ass hands, man.
I got some niggas. You got some niggas that work with you every day who hands soft as hell. I don't know how they do that shit.
They moisturize, nigga. Them niggas be they ain't got no woman. They beating they meat every damn day. Them niggas like, how you doing?
With both hands.
Hey, man, you gotta switch it up sometimes, bro.
You gotta go southpaw. You gotta go southpaw.
Damn, too bad we ain't gotta wait for this.
Nigga beat the couch.
Hold on. Yo, no, fuck that. Where Belly at?
Pause, nigga, pause.
Belly said he can't participate right now.
Oh shit.
Pause. I can't be doing this shit.
That nigga said.
Motherfucker switching between different websites.
Motherfuckers ordering hard drinks on soft rocks. Let me get
Oh man.
Shit.
All right, man. That was this week's episode of Inside the Cave. Thank you, everybody listening to us, wherever you listening to us and however you've been listening. Thank you. Really appreciate you all for tuning in. RadioPublic.com, radio.com, the Indie Central Radio app, and everywhere else. Don't forget to shop cavecrushshop.com. And y'all got anything else for Big Dog? Get us out of here. I got to put it on mute. My kids up in the bombard this place.
Well, on that note, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. We'll catch y'all next week.
Inside the Cave.
You did say you wanted to be in, right?
Tajay of the Mighty Souls of